Today on Singles Court, Suzanne can't bear Henry's X-rated photos.
You've got pictures of all the girls you've ever gone out with.
He says loosen up, you can't strip away the past.
I don't understand what your beef is.
The problem is, she doesn't want me to find out anything about her. I don't even know if she has parents.
And Terrence thinks Sherry is the cat's pajamas.
I love this woman to death.
But she suspects he's pussyfooting around.
It's too funny the way that he comes back with his clothes all changed and he's all clean and stuff like that. You have something else going on there.
His old pad makes her mad.
You have a woman over there.
A woman?
Hello and welcome to Singles Court, the #1 show on the Singles Broadcast Network. And there's a very good reason why. It's relationship mediator Angela Siegel.
How are you doing, Michael?
I am doing great today.
Yeah, things are buzzing downstairs in the singles store. We're having a clearance sale on pickup lines.
Yeah, I'll be picking up a few of those pickup lines on my way out the door.
You could use them.
Are you ready to get it on?
Yeah. Well, I'm ready for the case.
In the studio, I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, here we have today Henry, who is a DJ, and Suzanne, who's a legal secretary. And they've been getting it on for a couple of weeks now, just over a month. And however, they've run into a bit of a problem with a box of photographs that Suzanne has found at Henry's house. I'll let them tell you more about it, but I call this the case of the photographic memories.
Suzanne, there seems to be some issues with respect to these photos. Tell me what's happening.
Yep. Well, Henry and I have been going out for about 5.5 weeks now.
5 weeks.
5 weeks now, and it's been going pretty well. And I was over at his house. We were getting ready to go out, and he was in the shower. And I found underneath the coffee table a box, and it was like
It wasn't under the coffee table, Angela. It was on top of the coffee table. Let's just make this point known. Everything that I have
under
is
the coffee
open.
table.
It's a magazine, a photo album of all my pictures.
Okay, but that was on the coffee table.
It was on the coffee table.
It was pretty much in plain view?
It was in plain view.
It was inside of a box, and I had to look inside of the box, and inside of the box were the photo albums. They weren't out in plain view. They were hidden.
Okay.
Basically, I'm saying, look, I'm open. Everything I have is in the open. I think I'm an open person.
Okay.
I know nothing about her. I know absolutely nothing about her.
Okay.
We're talking about the photo albums,
yes,
though.
Let's go back to, since the photos are the reason you're supposed to be here today.
So
I just want to make sure and make it clear, you didn't find the photos, they were out in the open. Are you satisfied? Okay, so now you see these photos.
So I was looking through the photo album, and he has pictures of family, friends.
Oh my God, he keeps photographs of his family?
Exactly.
In a photo album.
But he also has like his old girlfriends, like all of the girls he's ever gone out with.
All the girls. I have some ex-girl. There were great moments, great times I had. I like catching them and keeping them.
Henry, you've got pictures of all the girls you've ever gone out with. And
so what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it.
Suzanne, the issue you said was the photographs. So
yes.
What is it about the photographs? I mean, most people, the reason you take a photograph is to have a memory.
Exactly.
So most people keep those.
But he's keeping like memories of all his old girlfriends.
There's more than old girlfriends. There is pictures of my friend's wedding. There's pictures of my friend graduating from med school.
You know, what is it? Am I going to end up in like that photo album?
I've been going out with her.
What if you do?
Angela, I've been going out with her for 5 weeks, okay? And usually my ex-girlfriends, like she says, I usually take pictures much earlier. I actually am going to be putting away that photo album. And I'm not putting in the photo album. Like, this is a serious relationship. I want to bring her home.
I understand what you're saying, Henry. I do. And I have to just redirect to you because I don't understand what your beef is.
Exactly.
It's like notches on his belt. It's like, am I going to be like the future pages?
Explain to me the issue with keeping photographs. Photographs are so that you have a snapshot of a memory.
Exactly.
What problem do you have with that?
I have a problem with him having like those photos, especially the ones with his old girlfriends. I think he should throw them out.
Why?
He doesn't have to go back to the past.
Well, explain to me why you believe he owes you that. I mean, it's not like he has them displayed out out in a frame or you know, a big 11 by 17 over the fireplace.
But he keeps them. The fact that he keeps them, it's like it's precious
exactly.
to him. Why does he have to keep the pictures?
I'm missing the point because you still have not told me why you have a problem with someone having memories in a past. No, but everybody has a past. Everybody. So why do you have a problem with that? Why would he throw them away?
Because why does he have to keep a memory of the past?
That's not an answer.
You know what? There is no. The problem is she doesn't want me to find out anything about her. I don't even know if she has parents. Every time we bring up the past, she skips the subject and she starts talking to me about my photo album. And it's about my photo album. I've been to her house.
You know, really.
I've been to her house once.
You have to take a photograph of me hitting the gavel, and then you'll understand that that means to be quiet. Now, Henry,
can I say one thing? I've been to her house once.
Let me ask my question first, and then I'll tell you whether or not you can say something, because we need to understand this. You say that she hasn't told you anything about her past.
Nothing.
What? Tell me how you've asked her.
I said, okay, I'm open. Everything I have, she's been staying at my house for 4 days.
Tell me how you've asked her. Give me examples. Where are your parents? And give me examples.
Would you like me? Do you ever talk to your mom about me? Me and my mom.
What do you need to know about my past?
But those are all that's a legitimate question.
For 5 months. I haven't even. You know, I haven't slept with her yet.
It's like the future.
We've been together for 5 weeks. We haven't even slept together yet.
I'm thinking.
I've never been in a relationship before.
Hey,
Henry, do you want to know about my past?
And
here,
nothing.
Look, this is my past, okay?
That's from my.
That's from your photo album.
You want to see this, Angela?
Yeah, I do want to see this because obviously, you know, you're bickering back and forth, and now I know why.
I was looking through the photo album and I found that picture.
Sam, what's wrong with the picture?
That's
me 10 years ago.
That's a stripper at my friend's bachelor party.
So you were the stripper at his. Did he look familiar to you?
Based
on the lipstick around your mouth, I don't know.
I was messed up. I was on drugs. I was stripping. I don't even have a memory of that. But when I saw the picture, I knew it was me, and I saw it in his photo album.
3 of my friends slept with her in the same night.
Henry, that's a different me. That's a different
you're
Suzanne.
a slut.
I'm different. I'm not a slut.
Susan, if you would have been open with me in the beginning, I would have found out.
You see, that's why I didn't tell him, because I knew it was going to be like this.
You know what? Don't even go there. Do not even, you be quiet and let me talk to him, okay? Really, just be quiet. I understand that you're hurt. I do. However, now you know, okay, and you get a choice. So let me ask you, now that you hear this information, your first reaction, we've already heard, you called her a slut. But after you think of that, can you understand why she didn't want you to know?
You know what? If she told me in the beginning, I probably wouldn't even gone with her. I mean, I could have slept with her in that night. This would not. I wouldn't be here right now.
Do you have a memory of that night?
Yeah, I took the picture.
Did you do anything that you wouldn't necessarily be proud of today? It was 10 years ago.
Yeah, but I didn't sleep around with a stripper. I mean, I can't bring my
that
best
was
friends.
10
I was
years
seeing
ago.
Ted yesterday. I saw Ted yesterday who slept with her. I bring her.
Not good enough
I
for
take
you.
her
Is that it?
and meet my friends, and they see her
Is that
with
what
me.
it's about?
You know,
You're embarrassed to show me off to your
I
friends
understand.
now?
You know what? Really.
You're a slut, Susan.
You are really not making me very happy. Please explain to him in a short amount of time. Tell him why he should think you're different than you were 10 years ago.
I've gone to rehab. I've straightened my life out. I have a really good job. I have my own apartment. I'm a totally different person. Yes, I'm ashamed of things I've done in the past, but this Suzanne is different than that Suzanne.
You know, but that Suzanne keeps secrets.
You know
I'll be
what?
back with my resolution.
Angela, you know.
I'll be back. You know, what's done in the dark eventually comes to the light. Suzanne, we all have things in our past that we're ashamed of. Everybody does. But when you take the past and try to make it part of your future by hiding it in a relationship, that's never a good idea. And in this situation, you chose to say, I'm not going to tell you this. I'm going to pray that you don't find out, and I'm going to do everything in my power to show you who I am today without any reference to my past. You don't have a right to do that to anybody in a relationship. You have to give people an opportunity to see who you are so they can make the decision of whether or not they want to accept it. Henry, obviously you're angry, and I think anybody else in the same situation would be also. You know, you don't owe her anything. You don't owe her the acceptance. You don't owe her any type of apology. You owe her nothing, because you are able to make a decision today about whether or not you want to continue the relationship. She robbed you of that decision. You should have been given that opportunity from the beginning. You know, relationships are really about revealing your true identity. And I'm not saying you have to bare your soul the minute you meet someone, but when you decide that it's time to have a relationship, then that's when you make the decision that it's okay to tell you who I am, where I've come from, and what I'm about. When you choose not to do that, then you put the other person on the defensive, and then they have to decide later on, do I like this person? Do I like the fact that they hid things from me? It's a very unfair situation. All I can say is if I were you, Henry, I would decide if I want to deal with this, and if you don't, find a future with someone that'll tell you the truth. And that's that, in black and white.
Next on Singles Court, Terrence thinks Sherry is the cat's pajamas.
I love this woman to death.
But she suspects he's pussyfooting around.
There is something more to it that Terrence is not telling me.
His old pad makes her mad.
Do not tell me you've been doing the nasty to a whole bunch of people and putting me at risk.
Hello and welcome back to Singles Court on the Singles Broadcast Network. I'm still Michael Day, and the lady in charge is still Angela Siegel.
And you still remember.
I remember it all. But we do have some new people in the studio with a new problem. Please meet Sherry, who is a beautician, and Terrence, who is a radio technician. The two have been going together now for about 2 years and are getting ready to be married. However, Sherry has a bit of a problem with the current living arrangement. I call this the case of he shall not be moved, or be a man and get out of the crib.
Okay. You were so creative.
Thank you.
Sherry, what seems to be the problem in terms of the living arrangements? What's wrong with them?
Well, the problem is that we have been living together, Terrence and I, in an apartment for the past 2 years. But yet at the same time, he refuses to give up his basement bachelor apartment that he's been having over on the other side of town.
So you live together, but you also have another. You still have an apartment as well, Terrence?
Yes, I do.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so you refuse to give it up. So tell me why.
Well, she's got allergies. She's got really bad allergies.
You mean allergies as in hay fever, or allergies as in
everything? I'm surprised she's not allergic to air. She's just allergic to everything, and it's a basement apartment, and I don't want to have problems with her and. Because it's a basement apartment, you know, you got dust and all that stuff. So she's never been there. And it's my place because I want to turn it into a studio.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, she's never been there because of her allergies.
Yes.
You still have it because you want to turn it into a studio. So I guess I'm missing the part, like build a bridge for me here, okay?
Okay.
So I can get over it.
I still have the apartment because it's where I'm at right now. And it was kind of like a safe haven when we first started going out. And you know, just in case things didn't happen. But now that I love this woman to death, and the place is cheap, it's affordable, and I know I could turn it into a studio and turn it into a business.
Okay.
And that's my plans for the place.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
I believe that if we're going to be together and have a commitment, we are engaged to get married next fall, you know? If he wants to be with me, he should give up his apartment. And we're moving into a house. We have a beautiful house that's been created. It's hypoallergenic, so it has the sealed windows, no rugs, the whole bit.
It's like Fort Knox.
It is great. It's a beautiful house, and it has tons of space in the basement for him to create a recording studio.
Okay, but would you want him bringing in his dusty old records into your house?
Thank you.
You know
and then if I try to turn the place into a studio, she's going to complain about the noise. She's going to complain about the dust.
How do you know that?
She's going to complain about everything because you always complain.
I do not.
She's very miserable,
complain.
Angela. Just to let you know.
Oh, thank you for
and
sharing.
misery loves company.
Oh, you know what?
And she's always, if I go out and have fun with the guys one, I come back, oh, where have you been, Terrence? You're making me sick. I'm sneezing. Where have you been? Every time I do something, it's like I'm not sure if she's allergic to things or if she just has a problem with me.
So is this basement apartment sort of your refuge where you go to get away from what you call her complaining? Or
Well, no, not really, because
I
do love the woman.
Well, really, what is it?
Yes, what is it, Terrence?
I really want to turn it into a studio. And
okay, so the studio is the thing.
Yes, the studio is my #1 priority right now with that place.
Tell me, if he wants a studio, even though you may not go about it the same way, obviously he doesn't want it in your house.
Right.
He'd like to have his own studio, so what's the big problem?
See, I can understand that, and I can respect that, him having his space. However, there is something more to it that Terrence is not telling me.
How do you say, why do you say that?
He goes there over 4 times a week, and it is not paranoia, all right? He goes there over 4 times a week. He drives far out of his way, out of town. It doesn't make sense. He's spending more money on gas. He's spending more money to go there.
So you have a problem with the fact that he's always there in this place that's basically, what's there?
It's not just that.
And my clothes, my plants.
You don't have clothes at your own house?
I do, but I'm just saying, I hadn't moved everything out, so I still got some clothes there and stuff.
I can see why she's a little suspicious. 4 times a week to what? To change clothes and water the plants?
And but because every time I go out and I come back, it's a problem. So I make sure when I go back home, I'm clean, I'm in new clothes, so that she doesn't have to say I was somewhere else where I'm bringing back dust and whatnot.
It's too funny the way that he comes back with his clothes all changed and he's all clean and stuff like that. You have something else going on there, and you know what? I'm really tired. You have a woman over there. I know you have a woman over there. Yes, he does, because it just reeks of
I don't have a woman there.
But can you understand why she would think you have a woman?
She's paranoid.
You smell.
Well, I don't have a woman there.
Let's go
not
over the
exactly.
facts.
Not exactly.
Not exactly. Do you have a half a woman there?
No, it's a male and female.
Male and female what?
Do not tell me you've been doing the nasty with a whole bunch of people and putting me at risk.
So wait a minute. Hold up, Terrence, let me ask you a question. You have a male and a female there, and you go there 4 times a week. You're not sounding too good, and you smell all good when you come home. Are you making movies? What are you doing?
Maybe this could explain.
Laying down some hot tracks.
Do you know him, Michael? Because that would make me even more afraid.
No.
This is Pookie and Misha.
Pookie and Misha.
Pookie and
Kinky
Misha.
photograph?
Pookie and Misha.
Ooh, this is really kinky, actually.
Okay. 2 cats hugged together. So that's the male and female.
Yes.
Okay. So why could you not tell her that?
Because in the very beginning, on our first date, she was ranting and raving how she can't go out with a man who's got pets and whatnot. And so I didn't tell her, because she didn't really need to know. We were just dating. So when things got a lot more serious, I fell for her. And I didn't want to tell her I didn't want to tell her I had these pets because I didn't want to jeopardize our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And
so the animals get to live in an apartment.
I mean, I had these. I got these cats when they were just like dying on the street. It's kittens, and I took them in.
Kind of like you are in this story.
No. I mean, these are like my kids. I don't know if you have kids, but
I do. But they're not my cats.
You bond to them, and she wants me to give them up. I can't give up my cats. I'm sorry.
You know how severe it is.
And I
for
tried.
my
I tried to give up my cats, but I can't come to it because they've been around longer than she has.
Okay.
And we could come to some agreement, but she just wants me to give them up. Just like that. Everything always has to revolve
when your
around her.
life is threatened.
Suzanne, talk to me.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now, obviously you have severe allergies, but you understand the lengths he went to try.
Well, that's it.
No, what is it?
If he's willing to go to the lengths to hide the cat, if you just came out and told me about it in the beginning.
What would happen?
She would have
I
left.
would say that's it. Thank you very much.
Just like how
string somebody along like
No,
this.
but look, you're on the brink of marriage. Okay?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't imagine 2 cats stopping you from walking down the aisle.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sorry.
So explain to me, now you know, he has these cats, he cares about them. He went through all this length for you. How does that make you feel? Not the part that he didn't tell you, the part that he made the extra effort. If they got an apartment, that's more than some people have.
Exactly.
So how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I do not know this man.
You know,
he went through too much trouble over these cats.
Your problem is you're too selfish. Everything's got to be all about you. It's all got to be about you all the time. Because
let's go to resolution.
Yes, please.
You know, this case has little to do with cats and allergies. It has a lot to do with the give and take necessary in a relationship. Sherry, anyone who chooses to be involved with you pretty much has to accept the fact that you have severe allergies. That in itself allows for a difficult situation. And you can't expect whoever it is that you're with, in this case Terrence, your fiance, to totally change their life. I mean, everything has to revolve around you anyway because of the allergies. So when you ask that of him, then there has to be some give and take. He has to give a lot Right now, you're just taking my allergies, and I understand you can't control that, but you have to give something up on the other end, because he has to do that in order to be with you. Terrence, your scheme was elaborate, I'll say that, and I commend you for the fact that you did try to make it okay, and I understand the motivation behind it. I wouldn't say it was smart. I mean, paying rent for 2 cats, in my opinion, is excessive. You know, relationships are, as I said, about the give and take necessary. And you have to realize that when it's slanted only in one person's favor, then it becomes really unfair to the other person. And it's not long before you start fighting over lots of things, which really are rooted in the fact that the other person doesn't feel loved. My suggestion, Sherry, is that you learn to give some bonuses to Terrence for the fact that he has to totally revolve around your allergies. Give some bonuses to him to make him feel loved and nurtured. And you'll find out that a good relationship is hard to find. You have one. There's nothing to sneeze at. Nurture it and take care of it. And that's that in black and white.
Well, there it is. When it comes to relationships, a picture can say 1,000 words, so don't be surprised if some of them are dirty. And if you're going to move in with someone, well, it's good to let the cat out of the bag early. I learned that from the Queen of Extremes. Join us next time here at Singles Court, the final word for singles.